Welcome to Eat Well, Live Well. I'm Nancy.
And I'm Susan.
And we are back with our second episode in our holiday series. We're trying to put together an entire really menu for you. Our first episode, we had lentil meatless loaf. And then this episode, we're gonna have the salad that you can put with it. But before we begin, we want to reiterate, we're also showcasing some tools that you can use to make your time in the kitchen easier and faster. Because if you don't have confidence in the kitchen, just like we said before, you're not going to get in there and you're not going to try the recipes. If you think they're all too time consuming, you're not going to get in there and you're not going to try the recipes. So I always say, take a deep breath. Pick one recipe, maybe 2 a week to try. Don't try to do all of them at once. Find 1, 2, 3 favorite tools to start with, then grow from there. I think those are really good things. Too many times we want all in and we get overwhelmed and then we don't do anything. So that's my little input for today. And our guest, again, if you did not watch our first episode, you must go back. We have Anna with the Pampered Chef.
Hi.
Yeah.
Thanks again for having me. I'm so excited. Yeah.
Yes, we are very excited Anna's here. So today we have pretty much it's just a winter salad. And honestly, you don't even have to make the salad. The colors of this are absolutely beautiful. So salad is not just for the summer. You can make it really, really hearty. So we're going to show you what we're putting in it today. But like everything we talk about, do not be afraid to get creative. If you want it a little bit more hearty, put in some legumes, put in some quinoa or rice, and then we'll go over other things as we're adding it in. All right, so I'm going to turn it over to Susan.
Thank you, ma'am. So first we're going to make our vinaigrette. We're going to do an apple cider mandarin orange vinaigrette.
Yum.
It's very yummy. I tested this one out over the holidays, Thanksgiving holiday, and I was like, oh, this is
a hit.
really good. And it's actually those, I don't know if you've seen them at the store, they're the honey mandarin oranges.
Oh.
Not just your regular, but they come in a little box. Honey mandarin oranges. They are the best. I actually turned my little grandkids onto that, and they eat them like candy. They're just so delicious.
Yum.
Yes.
I love little oranges.
So we used the chopper in the last episode. So Anna's going to demonstrate that again. In case you missed it, you're going to fall in love with this. And we're going to show you how it can make your dressing extremely easy. So the first thing we're going to add to it is our apple cider, which is about 2/3 cup of apple cider.
I love apple cider vinegar.
Oh, it's one of my favorite. Yeah. And I use the one with the mother in
Yes.
it. Yes. It's a little more health benefits with
Yes.
that one. Yes. And then to that, we're going to add 2.5 tablespoons
For the little sweetness.
of maple syrup. And then 2.5 teaspoons of Dijon mustard.
And it's just
giving that tangy.
Yeah.
Tanginess to it. Yeah. And then we're going to put the lid on. Wait, yes. I'm going to put the juice in.
So how did you
Mandarin
juice the little mandarin oranges?
How did I? I love this little tool.
Look at it.
Pampered Chef probably has one, but this is what I found. And so it's because it's simple for little bitties. I just cut it in half and then I just twisted it. And this actually has measuring on it. So this was about a tablespoon worth that I just put in.
Beautiful.
Yes. And so we'll put the lid on, and then Anna's going to show us with the oil how
And that's
you
a
do
big
it.
thing, and I love this, how easy it is. People get concerned, how do I make a vinaigrette or what is in there? But really having that acidic, having the Dijon and the olive oil is such an important part of it as well. But we want to emulsify it. That's the point, is to get it to actually be able to really get mixed up into there. So again, with this chopper, the blade goes up and down, which makes it really nice. But there is a place here that I can put the olive oil in and it will just start.
Woo! Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
That's amazing. Okay, Now we're gonna take a little bit of the dressing and we're gonna pour it over the kale over there, and Nancy's going to massage it. And what it's gonna do is gonna break the kale down so it softens it,
Just
so
a
it's
little.
a little more digestible and you can eat it.
Yeah, it takes out the bitterness of the kale.
You'll need a
So,
little more than that.
oh yeah, a little more than that.
Yeah.
So, and you can use anything to massage. You can use a little lemon juice and salt. You can use just apple cider vinegar, a little oil. Susan's like, why do we need all these extra things? We'll just use the dressing. And so just get in there. Well, I think we can use a little bit more.
Okay.
Just get in there and really get your hands,
Oh my God.
move it around. Got it?
It's okay, it's okay, yeah.
And
Well, and then your dressing's pretty much on your salad then too.
And then it's
you
on
know.
your salad.
And you can regulate it better, I feel that way too, so it's not floating in dressing.
yes, and then
I don't like that.
if
I like
you
it
if you don't like if the kale is too big, chop it up. I love to take what looks like just a massive bowl of greens like this, and I start chopping down, and it really brings it down so it's easy to eat. It gets a lot of greens. Also, I want to say, don't see, look how like it was already high. You couldn't see it
Yeah.
before, and it's low now. But so good to do this and play with your food. You know, when we were kids, we were told, don't play with your food. But now I'm going to tell you, play with your food. And I do want to do a little backtrack on the dressing.
Yeah,
Because people are like, well, I can just buy some dressing. And this is a little motto that I kind of like to live by. Dressing, right, is sitting on a shelf. So the longer the shelf life something has, the less shelf life you have because all the preservatives. So this is just a great way. You know what's in it, you're controlling what's in it, no preservatives, no chemicals, things like that. And we really want to get those out of our system. They're hormone disruptors, they're cell disruptors. So that's my little spiel for today.
I like those.
All right, so this is good, all massage, you can massage it as long as you want, but we're just gonna leave it right there. But play with your food.
Okay.
And then to
Gonna
this,
take the dressing and let's just pour it in here.
yeah, because we don't need any more on here, but I thought that was brilliant using the dressing
Beautiful.
instead of something else.
It smells so good too. So now with our handy little chopper, we're gonna chop up some parsley to add to our salad.
And I love doing fresh herbs with this because, again, we don't have to stop halfway through because it goes up and down.
So good. And with your salads, like a lot of people just think of the big greens, right? They think of the kale, the spinach, the Swiss chard, the romaine, but add in the little herbs, the basil, the parsley. It just gives it.
It gives it so much flavor.
Yeah, yeah.
Remember on our one show we did the basil?
Oh my God, and I was in
pesto?
love. Yes.
Oh gosh, it smelled so good.
Susan-
And honestly, you could have just added that to the dressing also and then poured it in there and massaged it the same time. So that's cutting one more step out of it.
Yeah. So we're
Yeah.
just gonna mix that up.
Uh-huh.
And then we just put together some ingredients that will really make this look beautiful, will help all the
Yes.
flavors pop.
Yes.
So what do we have
We
first?
have roasted butternut squash. So we did a little bit of olive oil, we did a little cinnamon, and salt and pepper.
Yeah, and a little maple syrup.
And yes, maple syrup.
Yeah. And you could also do sweet potatoes
Yes.
for that, but
You
this
can
just
do
gives
sweet
it that nice fall color.
You need help?
No, I'm gonna try to do it by myself.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna put a little in because we don't have the whole thing.
And then we're also going to add some cranberries here, dried cranberries.
Yep. And what I like to do is like we mix it all in, and then at the very end, just take all these as little toppers,
Pretty,
right?
Yeah, we'll show you.
I'm honestly,
Yeah.
because I've already got my hands in there,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
just going
Oh, yeah.
for it.
Do that.
Like it's just easier. If I this is what I do if I was at home.
And then do you want your cashews chopped?
I like to do both. So I like to have chopped cashews in there so they give it a little extra crunch throughout, and then sprinkle on the top the whole
Guess what?
cashews.
We're gonna chop you a little bit here.
Chop it. Oh my gosh.
And our handy dandy chopper.
Electric twist and chop.
Oh.
Electric twist and chop.
Twist
Okay.
and chop. Dun, 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 dun. I had to.
Now we're gonna get our dance.
You can't.
mode.
You can't
Oh,
tempt
that's
me.
beautiful.
Good.
Yeah. So just pour that right in.
Yes, that's perfect.
Oh my gosh.
I love it.
This is so pretty. You're gonna see it. It's
Yeah.
so pretty.
And then we also have some microgreens that we're gonna add.
Yes, so I love, these are such a pretty topper on top of the extra nutrient value that they have. They just really kind of, they're the topper. They enhance
dress
the
it
whole
up.
thing.
They
Yeah,
dress it
yeah.
all
It looks
up,
like
I
you got
feel
something
like.
fancy
Yeah.
going on here. And they sell, you can get microgreens at the store, Trader Joe's, HEB, whatever your store is near you. And they just look so pretty. So then we'll just put that there. And then, so this is what it, you know, kind of right now everything's mixed in, you can see. So then just take a few, sprinkle it onto, like if you're not serving these on the extra plates and stuff like that and you want it on your table,
Right.
just sprinkle some things. So
Put
it's,
a little more butternut
yeah,
squash
a little bit more. You want the color. I mean, it's so inviting,
Great
so pretty.
And then here, put a little nuts, whole nuts on top.
We're gonna
too.
put some whole nuts on there. Everybody likes that. It's hearty, it's
My
pretty.
mouth is watering watching
So
you do this.
yum.
It's so
And then
yummy.
now you just have, can you see? I'm gonna bring it real close.
It looks
It's
beautiful.
beautiful. It's a beautiful winter salad. It's easy.
It's super easy.
I mean, the butternut squash, I mean, listen, you can buy it pre-cut.
Yes.
We already showed, if you didn't
Yes.
watch in the other episode, how you can cut it. But you can also buy it pre-cut. Very easy to roast. Just put it in. Everything else is, there's nothing to do. Dried cranberries. If you don't want to use dried cranberries, pomegranate seeds are beautiful. Don't want to use cashews, walnuts, Brazil nuts,
yeah,
pecans.
yeah.
Like again, make it your own, but it's just so pretty on the holiday table if you have a glass or wooden bowl or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
So
And also, if you want a little more flavor in your nuts, go ahead and roast them for a little.
yes, how do you roast them?
I do them at 350 for about 10, 15 minutes. Usually I'm buzzing around the house doing something and I'll be like, oh, I smell them.
Yeah.
I need to go take them out of the oven.
So you don't have to go back and shake them and
I
do
don't
so.
shake. I put mine on parchment paper and they
Okay.
just roast really nice. But you know, I have a feature on my oven that's like a surround heat that I can turn on, so it's
nice.
constantly.
I want
moving-
surround heat.
Moving the heat, yeah. But that's our salad.
That's it, super
Yeah.
easy. So now you have the lentil meatless loaf and the salad, and you have a beautiful meal. Then create whatever side you want. We're not doing a side in this series. We're going to come back with a dessert, but any kind of side you want, mashed potatoes or a
Cauliflower
grain.
mash.
Yeah.
You can do that. Cauliflower mash.
Our
very good.
cauliflower mass, our cauliflower couscous.
Yes.
Hello, we got you covered. So, recipe will be below for this one, but again, just make it your own. Don't be afraid to try everything and enjoy. So thank you for joining us for this episode, and we will be back.